Hi, this is David from RazorSharpUnlimited.com down in Florida. Today we are going to show you how to clean and disassemble a Microtech out the front. If you don't have the tools, you have to bring it to us because we're an authorized Microtech dealer. If you have a set of tools and you do take the knife apart and something happens to the knife, you'll void your warranty. So the best thing to do, guys, bring it into us, let us service it, sharpen it, repair it if we can in-house. If not, then we'll go ahead and forward it to Microtech. If you need a Microtech turned in, you can bring it to us. Since we're an authorized dealer, we'll generate a RMA, get it in for service, and that's usually 4 to 6 weeks turnaround time. But today I've got a couple customers' knives that sent me. This is a friend of ours out of Chicago. He's the police chief. He's had a couple misfires on these ultratechs. These are older ones from 2002. But if you notice, in any Microtech is a double action. A single action would be like the Halo or the Nemesis, where you have to pull a plunger back in order to fire the knife. These all have detents on them. The government requested that if company manufactures out the front knives that they put a detent where you couldn't just walk up to somebody and stick them. If your knife gets dirty or malfunctions, it'll jump track like this and it'll free the blade. All you do is take your handle and your finger and pull the blade to just lock it, and then it resets the mechanism inside to fire the knife. Most commonly with the Microtech knives, if they start misfiring, 9 times out of 10 it's caused by some lint. It could be caused by people oiling them too much, and the best thing that we found is the less oil the better. So if you do have a newer style with a glass breaker or personal defense tool, you can take a punch or a nail or something, stick it in here, unscrew this, take your clip off, and inside there is a hole. You can take compressed air and blow it straight out and it'll come out here. That should take care of your problem. If you're having a lot of misfires or you do need to lubricate it, the best that I found is just plain raw silicone spray. One shot in the end cap, work it back and forth a couple times, be sure that it's not misfiring, and you should be good to go. So that's how you service the Microtechs at the house. If you have a compressed air or can of air that you clean your keyboard with. But this just screws back in here, and then just tighten it up with a, like I said, with a tool that'll fit inside here. Just snug it up. You could also use that for reversing your pocket clip if you're left or right-handed carrier. These here are the ultratechs. These are the older models, like I said. We're going to try to take one of these apart and see what the problem is. Just bear with me a minute. This particular model takes Torx. The newer models take the special screws that Microtech developed. You have to have the tool. Once in a while we get the tools, we sell the tools. As a dealer, you know, we have to stock $600–700 in tools just to service these knives. I heard through the grapevine that Microtech is not making the tools for open purchase. I could be wrong. That's what I've heard. They're not even giving dealers the tools, from what I understand, either. So that's kind of I don't know. We should be able to service, if we're an authorized dealer, we should be able to service the knives we sell. Our core business is law enforcement and military for the last 8 years, and what we try to do is we try to service everything in-house for our guys so they don't have to go back to the manufacturer and be out of commission for 4 to 6 weeks. What we normally do is, if we don't fix the knife in-house, or there's something that needs to be forwarded to the manufacturer, we normally do that. if for any reason you guys do take your Microtechs apart, be sure that you are very, very careful with taking everything apart, because there are many and many springs inside these units. And there we go, we got the top off. This is what is inside the Microtech Scarabs, ultratechs. They're double action basically. This is the slide right here that slides and fires, and these are all basically on inertia. So what you do is when you push the button through, this slide lifts this blade up. This slide here lifts the blade up and fires the knife and locks up. What happens is you can see how much oil that is over oiled, and it has caused malfunction. We'll have to clean this up and everything and go through it. The best thing we use is degreaser, or the Benchmade Blue Lube works really, really good on everything. It just takes everything. It's biodegradable. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to take this knife down, tear both of them down. He sent me 2 of them. We're going to tear them down, soak them, clean them all up, get them back in working order, and then we're going to forward them. That's the slide for the mechanism for the blade. As you can see, is a spring. Now if you guys use these knives around salt water, you have to be careful, because right here there's a little eyelet. Sometimes those rust and they'll break off, and then you'll lose your spring and everything, and you won't have any function. But other than that, that's basically how the knife goes together. There are, like I said, there is a small spring right in here that you have to be careful you don't lose. And the other spring is up under here, which these are your blade stops. There's a little spring here and here. If you should ever lose that, it has to go back to the manufacturer. We don't stock those type of springs, and we'd have to forward them to Microtech. So basically, in closing, the UTX 7585 ultratech Scarabs, combat Trodons are all double actions, same cleaning purpose, procedure. Like I said, if you don't have the tools, you can bring it to our store. We'll service it for you free of charge, sharpen it free of charge if you bought the knife from us. If you didn't buy the knife from us, there would be a service charge to clean and sharpen. In closing, once you get this back together, just be sure that it is firing normally. Sometimes they say, people I've heard through forums and stuff, that if the blade does detent, you can slam the blade down and lock it that way. That's the worst thing for the blade. You could break the stop pin internally, so it's easier just to, if you have a malfunction, just to hold the knife in 2 hands, pull the blade out, and reset it. So if you need any Microtechs right now, we've got a sale on them. We've got a large selection. We have many styles and everything coming in throughout the week. You can reach us at RazorSharpUnlimited.com. You can reach us on the phone at 800-334-0172, or you can reach us by email, website. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube. We're going to be shooting some more videos. We're getting a lot of new stuff in, getting ready for Blade. So until next time, guys, this is David from Razor Sharp Unlimited. Stay sharp.